I think there's a lot of excitement about the ACR and all the connected TV, data streams that are coming forward. I think it in many ways brings us closer to the viewers, right, in terms of understanding what they're viewing, when they're viewing, how much they're viewing, who they're viewing with. And so there's this promise that it brings us closer to taking the TV world and kind of bringing it into the world of the digitization, digital media, where we've had this connectivity in terms of being able to target, being able to track, being able to measure. So there's a lot of excitement and a lot of focus on getting a better view on how people are consuming content across their TV screen. I think some of the things that we really, take time to think about is how do we blend the data that we're getting from ACR, the data that we're getting from smart TVs, with the tried and true research and audience measurement methodologies that have grounded the work that we've done from a media planning and buying perspective for decades. And I think that we would be short-sighted if we just completely pivoted to look at ACR and completely pivoted to look at the smart TV data without saying, how does this fit into the broader context of the universe of viewers, the universe of consumers, how many people are we actually reaching? Because I think one of the risks is getting a myopic view of viewing data based on a subset of the population. So there's a lot of promise, but there's also some cautionary steps that need to be taken in order to really leverage and take advantage of what's coming from those technologies.
Peter, I'm sure the issue of privacy is becoming more important. It's certainly being discussed here. Tell us about the conversations you're having with clients about privacy, the new regulations coming out of California and other areas.
Yeah, privacy is a major topic that we've been discussing for over a year and a half to 2 years now. First, when it came forward from a GDPR perspective in Europe, and clearly as CCPA has started to come on board in 2020. So there are a lot of conversations that we have with clients on a regular basis about privacy. First, I think there's a lot of discussion about clarifying what does this mean. So what are the rules? What are the regulations? How does that impact the work that we do from a customer, CRM perspective? How does this impact the media activations that we're doing when we're using lots of data sets? And so there's a lot of questions that we're working through with clients. I think when we go a layer down, the next question is, how does this change how we've targeted consumers in the past, right? Because suddenly CCPA starts to put a new lens on a lot of the data sets that we've used for audience targeting and for measurement historically. And so we've discussed that with our clients. We've started to put measures in place so that we're compliant, but also still leveraging the data, the customer data, in order to effectively execute their media investments. And we've started to revisit the agreements that we have with the data providers, with the publishers, so that we're ensuring that all of the partners that we're working with through the ecosystem are compliant, and that we are providing the most compliant environment for our clients to operate. I think one additional piece that has really come to the surface in the CCPA and the overall privacy discussion is the increasing importance potentially of first-party data for the clients that we're working with, and how that becomes much more of a factor in terms of informing, the potentially media activations and other audience targeting efforts. Because, while many marketers that we work with have been capturing their own customer data and building their first-party databases, the need to be able to control that more and to leverage that as a core seed in their media activation has become much more present through the lens of privacy protection and compliance.